Hello everyone, welcome to our new channel. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. So today we are here with our yet another episode of Career Pe Charcha, where we have invited our guest whose name is Arth Negi, who is working as a security architect at Akamai. So first of all, Arth, thank you so much for giving your time. And it's been, I feel very honored to call you here in our channel because I have worked with you very closely in the past, and I have seen you growing very much. So मुझे काफ़ी अच्छा लगा जब मुझे पता चला कि you got an internal transfer and you got into security architect position. So congratulations, and yes, welcome to our channel once again. And can you please give us a brief introduction about yourself?
Sure, Deepak. So thanks for inviting me first, and I'm honored to be part of one of your videos of Career Pe Charcha. So my name is Arth Negi, and I'm a security architect at Akamai. And currently, I'm based out of Great Noida, and I'm doing work from home from a long time.
Yeah, that's very nice. I mean, companies are giving work from home right now, so it's a very good time to spend with your parents, to be honest. So Arth,
Yeah.
जब आपकी बात करते हैं your work history, so इससे पहले हम बात करते हैं आपने education क्या किया था, right? Where have you studied your 12th, and then what you did in your whether you have pursued engineering या फिर कुछ और course किया था? So let's go from the scratch. Yeah, over to you, man.
Okay, so I haven't done 12th. So after 10th, I have done my diploma in DPMT. So that was completely mechanical side. And after my diploma, I directly got into the college in the second year, BTech CSE branch. So I was interested in computers and all. So that's why I choose the branch computer science. And major part of it is networking in the cloud.
So आपने diploma में क्या किया था? Mechanical engineering.
Yeah, it's sort of a mechanical engineering where we engineer plastic related stuff,
My goodness. Then what made you switch into BTech computer science?
Okay, that time I was not sure which path to choose. So I wanted to pursue something which is different than like going for 11th, 12th and following the legacy path. So I went for a diploma, and that the experience that I had, I learned several things. So that experience is valuable. So yeah, that was one of the things that I really liked it. But as a career thing, I don't want to pursue that. So I skipped that part and I started moving towards the CSE.
Okay, that's nice to hear. Something unique. So when did
Yeah.
you graduate? I mean, when was your BTech? I mean, when did you complete your BTech?
In 2019, I completed my graduation.
Okay, and after that, what you did?
After that, I got placed in Edison Technologies. I went for a walk-in interview. So yeah, I managed to clear the interview. The interview of Edison was hard at that time. So yeah, so it was fun to clear the interview, and it was something I really wanted to do from a long time. So yeah.
I see, I see. So for our audience, I would like to inform you that कि अर्थ ने जो अपना करियर स्टार्ट किया था वो एडिसन से किया था, एंड मैंने भी वहीं से किया था. मोस्टली एक से पहले मैंने एक दूसरी कंपनी पे किया था. इट वाज जस्ट फॉर लाइक 4 months, एंड देन आई मेड अ स्विच टू एडिसन. तो इसने भी वहीं से किया था. ही जस्ट जॉइन आई मीन अराउंड 1 year later when I joined. So हाँ, so it was good interacting with you at that moment. काफ़ी अच्छा interaction था हमारा उस time पे. And eventually after after 3 to 4 years we are meeting again, having a video conversation today. So so it feels very good. So that's why I told you I'm very happy to see you grow so exponentially, because right now you are a security architect. That means a lot, to be honest. Yes. So Arth, आप ये बताइए कि जब आपने एडिसन पे काम किया था, so कितने years आपने वहाँ पे काम किया, and what was your work at that moment?
So I worked around 2.5 years in Edison. So there I was working as Cisco TAC engineer for the product ICE. So we were dealing with the isolated escalations, isolated implementations, isolated new features thing. So we were handling few keywords related to AAA, which ICE handles. So we were dealing basically with the entire product of ICE, apart from a few features in the product.
I see, I see. Then and after Edison, which company did you join?
After Edicent, I joined Akamai as a
Okay.
technical solution engineer or a cloud support engineer.
So how did you apply it at Akamai?
It's very simple. Like there was a Naukri post, a post on
Okay.
Naukri.com. So I just applied it from there itself because the skill mentioned in the description was matching with mine. So yeah, I applied with that.
Okay, so wasn't it hard for you? I mean, you were working in Cisco ICE product and then going to a different vendor itself and working as a technical support engineer and that too supporting a different product altogether. So how was the experience so far?
Yeah, it was hard, but if you want to learn something, eventually you'll learn that. So no one can stop you learning that. So when I was in Edison, so I was studying about HTTP DNS. So you already know, like we do HTTP related things. We do guest implementation there, and I have also gone through a couple of online courses related to HTTP, and we do manage the DNS as well when we are working with ICE. So that knowledge give me a foundation to crack the Akamai interview. Without that, I don't think like I'll be able to crack that.
Very honest, yes, true. So this is a very useful tip for freshers, or जिसको भी experience है 1 or 2 years of experience, जो एक particular product में काम करते हैं, and they just get themselves confined to that specific product. तो ऐसा मत करो. It's an IT industry, so you have to learn a lot of things. और आपको हमेशा ready रहना चाहिए accept करने के लिए challenges, right? So when I was working with Edison, I was also working with Cisco ICE product, but when I made a switch to Amazon, I was on a totally different product. It was a cloud, and I didn't have any clue about what the cloud was at that moment, to be honest. So हमेशा whenever you are working in an IT industry, make sure कि you are ready to learn the new technologies. ठीक है, और कभी एक जगह पे stagnant मत रहो. Yeah. So yeah, that was very good. So आपने यहाँ पे technical solutions engineer की जो position थी, so it was also a TAC support, right? TAC profile.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay.
It is a tag profile where we support like delivery related products of Akamai, delivery related enterprise related products. So yeah, it's a tag profile.
So how long you were into this position?
So I was into this position around 1 year, around 1.5 years. Yeah.
Okay, then what made you think that ठीक है अब यार अब IGP लेके solution architect में, I mean security architect में apply करते हैं?
Okay, so when I was like, it's way back. It's way back when I started my career in Edison. So I was a guy who likes doing things by implementing it. So I really like implementing things, learning things from the basic by making my hands dirty. So that time, that was the thing that I always found interesting. And with when I joined the Akamai, so yeah, like the technical solutions engineer or the new role which is cloud support engineer. So those roles are related to more focus towards the troubleshooting side of them. Those roles are good. You learn big technology and competitive technology, but the difference would be like I really like doing things hands-on. So that is what the security architect do things hands-on, help our customer implementing things, providing a good solution to them, and re-evaluating solution, providing a POC. So those kind of things
Okay,
made my mind to switch the career as security architect.
that's nice. That's nice. And how long you have been here as a security architect?
So it's around 5 months I've been here as a security architect.
That's nice. Uh, Many things to learn right now. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
True, true. So one more tip for our audience is whenever you want to, you're aiming for a architect level positions, right? Be it a solution architect or a security architect, and you're working in a support right now, right? At any XYZ company. So it's very hard to crack interview of security architect. Okay. So one trick that you can apply, what Arth has applied is he first applied to a technical solution engineering position, right? Since he already had that support experience, so it was easy for him to get the same exact role, but with a different vendor, and then he made an internal switch. So ऐसा नहीं है कि internal switch possible नहीं होता है. It is possible और opportunities होती है. So अगर आपको कहते हैं ना, अगर क्या कहते हैं, सीधे हाथ से घी नहीं निकलती है, तो उंगली टेढ़ी करनी चाहिए. सो दिस इज व्हाट आई बिलीव कि अगर ठीक है, योर गोल शुड बी फिक्स कि मुझे ये करना है, एंड इस टारगेट को अचीव करने के लिए इफ द रोड इज नॉट सिंपल, देन टेक अ डिफरेंट रोड, राइट. बट टारगेट जो अचीव करना है वो आपको एकदम माइंड में होना चाहिए कि हाँ मुझे ये करना है. So I mean, people do this kind of approach, and it's a very effective approach. Trust me. Yes. So Earth, let's take a step back, and I would like to ask you,
Mhm.
you know, when you applied at Edison, what courses did you follow, or कोई certification था या नहीं था आपके पास at that moment when you were as a fresher?
ओके, जब मैंने एरिसेंट में अप्लाई किया था तो सर्टिफिकेशन मेरे पास थे, और इंडस्ट्री रिकॉग्नाइज सर्टिफिकेशन से. तो मेरे पास CCNA सर्टिफाइड था मैं उस टाइम पे, और कॉम्प्टिया नेटवर्क प्लस सर्टिफाइड था. तो ये सर्टिफिकेशन मैंने अपने कॉलेज फेज में ही कर दिया था.
That's nice. Okay.
सो तो कॉलेज के टाइम से नेटवर्किंग इज समथिंग विच रियली लाइक स्टूड आउट फॉर मी. लाइक आई वाज लाइक ओके, दिस इज अ थिंग दैट आई वांट टू परस्यू rather than going towards any other thing. So that was one of the thing which made me like, okay, I want to go into the networking field. So I started studying for the networking. And while I was studying for the networking, I see like the industry recognized certification at that time was CCNA routing and switching. So that certification I was preparing. I started preparing for that time. I see, okay, what was the cost of pursuing the certification? That time I realized the cost for pursuing that certification was around 35,000. I was like, why they are charging so much for that certification? I was like, okay, should I go for that or not? What if I fail? If I fail, I'll lose my 35K. So that was the fear in my mind in the BTech second year, as I started from the BTech second year. So I dropped my plan of pursuing the networking for a while. Then I believe in third year, a course, a subject comes, which is the networking itself. So that was very interesting for me. Then the same interest is brought back to me. So I was like, okay, no, I have to pursue this. No matter what happened, I'm not going to fail the exam. So I started preparing for CCNA. And you'll be like you'll be surprised to know that for CCNA I prepared on my own by learning through the online videos that we have. And we have really amazing online videos. So rather than relying on one learning source or one video course, I took like 7 or 8 video courses from different people. So the top one what I would suggest is Kevin Wallace. You can easily get his course on O'Reilly. And the course that I pursued was routing switching 200-125, and the David Bombal course, Neil Anderson. So there are few other courses that you can pursue in YouTube that are for free. But these are the courses which made my mind, no, I can pass the exam. And I was able to pass the exam, and the score was impressive to me as well, because there was no question in the exam that I was like, okay, no, this was not covered by me. So I covered each and every detail of the CCNA. Then I was able to pass the exam.
That's so nice to hear. I mean, it's very rare that college students go and pursue certifications, because first of all, it costs a lot, right? 35,000 is not a joke.
Yeah.
For a college student. And then and then people used to think whether will it be worth it or not, because if in case they fail the exam, right, then I mean you can't get that money again, right?
Yeah.
So that was a huge decision, I would say. But what you did during your minor projects and major projects during engineering?
Okay, during engineering, I was into like, let me build a project based on a packet tracer lab. So do a packet tracer lab, and I'll show the implementation to them, because I told you like there was a networking subject, computer networks. So in the lab we were learning how to use packet tracer and all. So those kind of things were there. So I asked like a few of my colleagues, like, should we proceed with the networking thing. That time they were like, no, this idea won't succeed. Like, so you should give a project like to impress someone. Like teacher खुश हो ऐसा project बना. तो फिर वी कैंसिल दैट प्लान. हमने डिसाइड किया हम एक टीचर की सजेशन से कि हम एक स्मार्ट इरिगेशन सिस्टम बनाएंगे जिसपे भी एक अच्छी लर्निंग हुई, कोडिंग वगैरह लगी हमारी. अड्रीनो प्रोसेस के थ्रू हम स्मार्ट इरिगेशन सिस्टम हमने बना लिया था. बट नेटवर्किंग के फील्ड में कोई स्मॉल और मेजर प्रोजेक्ट्स नहीं थे तब.
ओके, अंडरस्टूड. ये मैं सभी कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स लोग को सजेस्ट करना चाहता हूँ कि व्हेनेवर यू आर परस्यूइंग दिस नेटवर्किंग फील्ड, राइट, तो आप माइनर और मेजर हो सके तो मतलब नेटवर्किंग में ही बनाना, राइट. बिकॉज अर्थ का पोजीशन डिफरेंट था, बिकॉज ही वेंट फॉर द सर्टिफिकेशन एग्जाम, तो उसके पास ये क्रेडिबिलिटी थी कि हाँ मेरे पास एक CCNA सर्टिफाइड हूँ मैं, राइट. तो इंटरव्यू में उसके लिए ईजी हो जाता प्रोसेस. बट इफ समवन इज नॉट सर्टिफाइड, right, he has just pursued the course or go through the courses, right, and then it's very important to make projects in both the minor and the major into the same field, because क्या होता है कि इंटरव्यू में ना आपको सिनेरियोस पूछ सकते हैं, राइट, कि आपने क्या किया था, तो हाउ वुड दे नो कि आपको नेटवर्किंग में इंटरेस्ट था. जस्ट गोइंग थ्रू द कोर्सेज कोई ये नहीं कर सकता कि हाँ ठीक है उसको इंटरेस्ट था. तो जब आपने माइनर और मेजर प्रोजेक्ट बनाया भी होगा उस वक्त, तो उसमें क्या होता है कि यू नो हाउ थिंग्स आर वर्किंग, क्या इश्यूज आया था आपको, आपने कैसे रिजॉल्व किया, right. So this is the practical approach that you get while making those projects. तो मैंने भी अपने टाइम में तो माइनर मेजर मैंने इसमें नेटवर्किंग में ही बनाया था, एंटायर नेटवर्किंग. एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई वाज वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट ड्यूरिंग व्हेन आई वाज फ्रेशर कि हाँ इंटरव्यू होगा नेटवर्किंग में तो मैं तो अच्छा कर दूंगा. इट वाज नॉट ओवर कॉन्फिडेंट, आई वुड से ये था कि हाँ आई वुड गिव अ डिसेंट आंसर कि हाँ कि सिलेक्शन तो हो ही जाना चाहिए, क्योंकि एज अ फ्रेशर दे डोंट एक्सपेक्ट यू टू बी सो मच कि आपको बहुत कुछ आना चाहिए. इट्स जस्ट दैट यू शुड हैव गुड कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, chicken, and you should have a decent knowledge about networking. That's it. Trust me, that's it. Yeah. So आपने जब यहाँ पे जब आपने एरिसेंट में जॉब किया, उसके बाद आपने स्विच मारा अकामाई में. So how things changed for you?
So जब मैं एरिसेंट से मूव करा अकामाई में तो चीज़ें काफ़ी चेंज हो गई, क्योंकि एरिसेंट में जिस प्रोडक्ट पे मैं वर्क करता था वो मेनली एक हार्डवेयर पे डिप्लॉयड होता था या फिर एक सॉफ्टवेयर वर्चुअल मशीन्स पे डिप्लॉय होता था, वो भी कस्टमर के एंड्स पे होता था. बट कंपेयर टू व्हाट Akamai is offering a SaaS solution which you don't have to deploy it somewhere in your network. You just have to use the service simply like a cloud. So yeah, things were changing and approaching towards the problem changes, because there we were focused on layer 2, layer 3, layer 1, like those kind of things. Like it could be a wire issue, it could be a MAC address, it could be an IP address, or like those kind of stuff, and hardly layer 4. But when we come to the Akamai, when we talk about Akamai, so there we focus majorly on the layer 7 problem. So why this particular request is not working, why we are getting this response. So those kind of things drastically change, and troubleshooting a layer 7 problem is a thing that I learned with Akamai, because I already know how to troubleshoot layer 1 to 4 things, but how to troubleshoot at layer 5 of TCP/IP or layer 7 of OSI. So those things I learned from Akamai. So yeah, the approach of troubleshooting is different in both the segments.
That's very nice. And trust me guys, when you are working as a support engineer, या technical solutions या cloud support जो भी बोलते हो उसको, ठीक है, everything is support, तो you get hands on experience to that product बहुत deeply. I mean जो engineer वहाँ पे अभी XYZ कंपनी में अगर किसी इंजीनियर ने वो डिप्लॉय भी किया होगा प्रोडक्ट, राइट, तो उसको भी, डोंट टेक इट रॉन्ग, बट उसको भी उतना आइडिया नहीं होगा जितना एक सपोर्ट इंजीनियर को आइडिया होगा, बिकॉज सपोर्ट इंजीनियर को इन एंड आउट उस प्रोडक्ट के बारे में सब कुछ पता होता है. बट हाँ, एक डीमेरिट ये रहता है कि सपोर्ट इंजीनियर्स बस उस प्रोडक्ट के लिए ही उनकी नॉलेज होती है वो एक जगह पे रहती है बस. सो दे डोंट गेट चांस, बिकॉज उनको चांस ही नहीं मिलता है ना अलग अलग इन्वायरमेंट टेस्ट करने का, अलग अलग इन्वायरमेंट में सोल्यूशंस लगाने का, तो उनको पता ही नहीं चलता. तो अगर जब उनकी जॉब ही सिर्फ पर्टिकुलर डोमेन पे है, पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट पे है, तो ऑब्वियसली सो यस, लेकिन सपोर्ट इंजीनियर्स आर लाइक दे आर ब्रिलियंट पीपल टू बी ऑनेस्ट. यस. सो आपने जब सपोर्ट से स्विच किया अभी सिक्योरिटी आर्किटेक्ट, फिर यहाँ पे चेंजेस कैसे आ रहे हैं अभी? आई मीन इट्स बीन 5 months ओनली, आई नो दैट, बट स्टिल.
Okay, so there are lots of changes. अगर मैं बात करता हूँ सपोर्ट प्रोफाइल की और आर्किटेक्ट प्रोफाइल की, सपोर्ट प्रोफाइल में यू आर फोकस्ड ऑन how to fix the issue, how to fix the break things. So you work on break and fix issues. But when we talk about the architect role, we work on like integrating things. We work on overlaying things. For example, if there is already something which is working and you want to add something to it, we work on that as well. So architect do troubleshoots. It's not like architect only work on integration. Architect perform troubleshooting, but it's just that they have a added responsibility along with it. They are the technical point of contact for the customer to help them with the integration and integration related tasks.
ओके ओके, तो आप ये कह रहे हो कि solution जो सिक्योरिटी आर्किटेक्ट है वो कस्टमर के इन्वायरमेंट में जाके उनको हेल्प भी करते हैं इंटीग्रेशन करने में, राइट, प्रोडक्ट्स को.
हम्म
ओके.
वो चाहे प्रोडक्ट Akamai टू Akamai इंटीग्रेशन हो या फिर Akamai टू थर्ड पार्टी, सिक्योरिटी आर्किटेक्ट हेल्प करते हैं उन्हें इंटीग्रेट करने के लिए विद इन Akamai और आउटसाइड Akamai.
सो व्हाटएवर द सिक्योरिटी सर्विसेज दैट Akamai इज प्रोवाइडिंग वही फोकस है ना आपको प्रोडक्ट में.
हाँ,
अंडरस्टूड अंडरस्टूड.
but we do support third party integrations like different vendors
Okay.
which are out there,
Okay.
which are using standards, so we do support.
Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, just an FYI for everyone. So we are not speaking in favor of any organizations. Okay, so जो भी हमारे thoughts say, it's just that we are sharing our personal experiences. हम start हमने कहाँ से किया था, and how we landed a job. तो ऐसा कोई नहीं है कि we are promoting one vendor or we are promoting some XYZ company. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. We are just talking normally and we are just sharing our experiences. That's it. Yeah. So Arth, मुझे एक question पूछना था. If someone is willing to apply for technical solutions engineer support role, right? So what skills he or she must have?
Okay, so he or she must have a good expertise on HTTP, how HTTP works, and about the DNS thing. So these two protocol are a must to have, and having a foundation knowledge of the below layer protocol like TCP, IP, UDP, how those things work will be added advantage to it. So once you have a good understanding of these things, you can easily apply for a support role.
Okay, okay. And by the way, how many rounds of interview did you had?
Okay, let me recall. I think there are 3 or 4 rounds of interview. One would be a normal HR sync-up where they'll be checking whether you know that skill or not. Then there would be a screening round, and after that there would be a technical round, and there would be a manager round.
Okay, I see. A pretty nice interview experience. तो आपको मैं अब ये पूछूंगा कि we have shared a lot of information about what your role is and what you had done in the past. So any tips that you want to give to the freshers, not for any specific company, I would say कोई भी company में XYZ, but if he wants to apply in a networking company, so what tips you want to give to them?
Okay, so I'll keep my tips for a general audience, like who want to either pursue in networking or cloud computing or cybersecurity sector or even Linux administrator as well, or even for some of the software engineers as well. So first thing that you guys should follow is you guys should do a course on CCNA, and not the recent one course which is out there. Go through the course which is old version 200-125 is the exam code. So for this you can easily get a good understanding on the networking, how routing switching works, and how there are different layer and which protocol is working at which layer. So you'll get a good foundation out of it once you go through the course of the CCNA. So what would be the outcome? The outcome would be you understand how networking works. You can easily troubleshoot a network problem, and you can easily identify what is break at your environment. For example, if you're not able to access the site, but ISP is saying like your internet is working, so you will be able to identify the cause and tell the ISP, okay, so look, this is the fault, I think, can you address that? So those kind of thing, you'll get a good understanding on that. So for CCNA, I would suggest like three courses, which would be like in either free or very less at the cost. First would be the Kevin Wallace course on O'Reilly. So you can easily get 10 days free trial of O'Reilly without even entering your credit card details. Second, you can go through the David Bombal course on Udemy. And like David Bombal often gives free coupons to the people, so you can easily go through that course and try to get the old course of the David Bombal. And third, go through the Neil Anderson course on Udemy for CCNA, routing and switching. So that will give you a good foundation in networking. So don't do like, I'm not saying like do CCNA course because to get a certification. Just do the CCNA to get the networking concept, because networking is used in cloud, networking is used in cybersecurity, network is used in application security, networking is used in, even if a Linux machine is communicating to the internet, networking is used. Even if you're deploying a or creating an application or software that needs to be communicated to a different equipment on the network, then networking is needed. So networking is must thing for a IT individual, or a good skill to have. The second tip would be, if you are not into networking and you want to pursue the other path that I talked about, like cybersecurity, application security, cloud computing, and even for the software developers. So go through this operating systems basic. So operating system will give you how an operating system works. What happen when you click on a browser, how a new process is created. If a process is created, how it is handled by CPU and it is scheduled, and you get a browser on your screen. So for that, you can easily find free courses on YouTube. So just learn operating systems basic and apply those basics as well. So once you understand the theory out of it, just learn one of the operating system. Okay, for example, like you understand how a process is created, the theory part of it. Now what you need to do is you just need to focus on how can you see that process in your Linux. And once you are able to see the process in Linux, you should know how to kill the process, or how to kill other processes, how to identify which process is consuming most of it. So that will help in your cloud journey, in your application journey, along the way. So having the operating system skill is another must task.
So one more thing that I would want to ask you is, if someone wants to apply for a security architect for Akamai, or yeah, for Akamai specifically, because I know the position will not be open for freshers. It would be only for the experienced folks. Then what knowledge he or she must have, in order to crack the interview? What do you think?
If you want to apply for a security architect role, based on the experience, you'll qualify for certain positions. So suppose you have 1 or 2 years of experience and you want to be a security architect, so you can apply for a security architect associate profile. And same, like as your experience increases, your position also increases. So the minimum requirement that they have is a good understanding of security, along with the understanding on HTTP and how DNS works, how the security related things work, and how application security works, majorly the OS part, and how to prevent if someone is attacking your website or those kind of things. So you should have a good understanding on that. And once you have a good understanding on that, you'll be able to crack the interview easily.
Thank you, Earth, for sharing so much of information about how to get into this role. बट एक चीज़ मैं हट के पूछना चाहता हूँ, ठीक है? आई हैवंट आस्क यू दिस क्वेश्चन, बट मेरे दिमाग में ये क्वेश्चन चल रहा है, बिकॉज आई थिंक बहुत लोग के दिमाग में चल रहा होगा, ठीक है? व्हाट डज अकामाई एग्जैक्टली डू? हमने तो बहुत बात कर ली कि क्या प्रोफाइल्स है, हाउ टू अप्लाई फॉर दोज प्रोफाइल्स, बट एक्चुअली में इंडस्ट्री में अकामाई किस डोमेन में माना जाता है कि हाँ, दिस द टॉप परफॉर्मर?
Okay, that's a very good question. So Akamai is a cloud company. It have its own cloud platform, Linode. Akamai is a CDN company. It have the world largest distributed CDN platform. It delivers around 50 to 30% of web traffic on the world. And Akamai is a security company. It have industry leading security solutions. And Akamai is also a network security company. You won't believe it, but Akamai have a solution, Packet Fence, which is a AAA server. It's open source. Anyone can use it for free. And Akamai also have enterprise rating solutions for zero trust and micro-segmentation. So overall, Akamai powers and protect lives online. So that is a true statement because it is covering from one end to the other. So yeah, that's a short intro on Akamai.
Okay. That's a nice information. ठीक है, it was very good interacting with you. So वीडियो को end करने से पहले let me throw one question to you about resume build-up tips, right? So if we are fresher, because experience को तो बताने की जरूरत नहीं होती है, they know how to draft your resume, but fresher को थोड़ा direction देने की जरूरत पड़ती है. So if you are fresher, how should your resume look like? Should it be like 2 pages, 3 pages, or 1 pages, and क्या highlight होना चाहिए उसमें as a when you are applying for a network engineer?
Okay, first thing is, whenever you are applying for a network engineer, it's very simple for me. So resume should be 1 pages, and like if you have certification, then go for 2 pages and explain what you have understand on those certifications and when you have achieved those certification. But if you haven't done the certification, you have only gone through the courses, then 1 page would be enough. So in 1 page, you should highlight the main point, like you understand the routing. So do mention about what routing protocols have you done hands-on, and if you understand the layer 2 protocol, do mention the layer 2 protocol. So mentioning each and everything in detail would be an added advantage, because that will show the person taking your interview that you have those type of skill, and they can interview you based on that. Some people don't even mention what they have gone through. For example, like if you have done routing switching, you just mention that in your resume. You don't care to mention whether you have done like what protocol you have learned while going through the CCNA routing switching. So that won't give you added advantage. To get an added advantage, you have to show the interviewer that you have really done a hands-on on it, and you understand things in and out. So that would be an added advantage. And if you don't know how to write those things, then you can use the automated AI tools to write your resume. So that will also be an added advantage. And yeah, that's a small tip from my side.
Yeah, that's very important. So whenever you are drafting any keywords, like let's say you have learned routing protocols, whether it's OSPF, GRP, or BGP, right? Then, and if you're mentioning that specific keyword, then make sure that you're learning it from from depth, because उसके बाद जो इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे उसमें से, तो उसमें से ही पूछेंगे they will, ठीक है? तो इसलिए so whenever you're writing something, तो तुम क्या करते हो, इंटरव्यू को अट्रैक्ट करते हो कि यार मुझे ये चीज़ आती है, तुम यहाँ से पूछो. एंड इट्स अ वेरी गुड टिप. आई मीन इट्स अ वेरी गुड अप्रोच कि हाँ ठीक है, हम क्या कर रहे हैं, इंटरव्यू को अपने की तरफ अट्रैक्ट करके बोल रहे हैं कि हमें यहीं से पूछो. बट देन यू हैव टू मेक श्योर कि तुमने उस प्रोटोकॉल को बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ा हो. ठीक है, दिस इज द टिप दैट वी विल गिव टू आवर फ्रेशर्स. एंड सेकेंड थिंग आई विल से कि अगर तुमने माइनर मेजर प्रोजेक्ट बनाया हुआ है, तो उसको भी यहाँ पर डिफाइन करो. व्हाट इन शॉर्ट बताओ कि आपने क्या किया है इसमें, ठीक है, और क्या क्या इसमें से आपने टेक्नोलॉजीज का यूज़ किया हुआ है. So again, it will attract the interviewer, and they will ask you questions around the same thing. Okay. So Arth, it was a very good conversation, to be honest, and thank you for giving your time. It was really overwhelming. और हो सकता है तो in the future we plan to meet, or if possible, देखते हैं. अभी तो work from home scenario है. You're also working from home, right? So I mean, we are not getting chances to to meet each other. It's been like 3 to 4 years, I would say. But
Yeah.
अच्छा लगा, yeah. So thank you so much, man. So let's wrap up the video. So any tip that you want to give, or any suggestions that you have for the folks who are watching these videos?
I would say the only thing is keep learning, never stop learning. When you stop learning, you miss the chance to grow. So always try to learn things, new things, and don't focus on a single thing always. Try to learn multiple things, even if you find those things hard.
That's true, and that's the harsh reality, I would say, about IT sector. But again, it pays you well, right? So there's no harm in learning, because it will definitely pay your bills. So yeah, that's again. So let's wrap up the video. So thank you so much, Arth, once again for giving your time. It was good interacting with you, and hope to meet you soon, man.
Sure, Deepak. Thanks for having me.
Okay then.
And nice talking to you.
Okay
Bye-bye.
then. Bye bye. Take care.